Welcome to Ever After, a Once Upon a Time podcast, Season 2, Episode 22, Straight on Till Morning. In this episode, Storybrooke's inhabitants brace themselves as Greg and Tamara activate the curse.
Uh-oh.
Meanwhile, Hook rescues Bay, who is being pursued by the Lost Boys.
Ooh.
We should say this is the season finale.
Season finale
for season 2.
That's why Dad's making all these weird noises.
Because we're excited.
Ooh.
So exciting.
Well, who are we?
I'm your host, Molly Southgate, and with me is...
Martha Southgate.
And...
Rob Southgate.
All right, I'm ready. I'm excited. Let's jump in.
Let's just go straight on till morning.
Final, season 2. And where do we go next season? Oz?
Neverland and Oz.
And Neverland?
Yep.
And Ariel's in it.
And technically, Wonderland, because of the other series. Because that third season is when Wonderland also aired. So it's important that if you listen through the 3 seasons, that you also listen to Wonderland, because when the 4th season starts, things that happened in Wonderland are going to bleed over into the 4th season of Once Upon a Time.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Dun, dun, dun!
Yeah.
Let's start in Fairy Tale World. So Hook and Smee are on their ship.
Well, that's not Fairy Tale Land. That's Neverland.
Whatever. I like to.
That's where they're in Neverland.
Yeah,
and they're
flashback.
They're aboard the Jolly Roger. Yeah, but it's important to get
Not
where it
to
is.
be confused with the Jolly Rancher.
Well, because we've been specific. We had the
Why
Enchanted
are you thinking
Forest.
about candy right now?
We had the Enchanted Forest, and we've had Storybrooke, but this is Neverland. It's important that we get each one of them right.
Thank you for clarifying.
And you're welcome. And we had London, too.
I see London. I see France.
I see
Hook's
Daddy's
underpants.
I see Daddy's underpants.
So Hook and Smee are trying to figure out where Bay came from because he is floating in the water.
Yeah. Well, they didn't know his name was even Bay. They just knew he was some kid.
But they got him, and they're trying to figure out where he came from. And they want to return him to Peter Pan, is what I'm assuming.
Well, it's not Hook who's saying he wants to return him to Peter Pan. It's Smee who's saying, we're going to upset them. We have to give him over.
Yeah.
That's what's important. And Hook is kind of not really down with that. He seems like he's kind of protecting this kid.
Because he doesn't know if it's Rumple's
I
kid.
think at this point he does.
Well, no. He doesn't know until...
I wrote, Hook knows he's Rumple's kid.
Right, but he knows he's Rumple's kid when he says his name is Bay, and then he says, wait a minute, what's your name? He goes, Balefire.
Balefire, that's what I'm saying.
And then he realizes, oh my God.
Here.
Because he says before that, oh, you're a pirate. I don't like pirates. One stole my mom.
Exactly.
And Hook is kind of like, he doesn't react to it, but when he says Balefire, he realizes, oops, I'm the pirate that took your mom.
Absolutely.
The not-so-jolly Roger.
Yes.
Not be confused with Mom's Jolly Ranchers there.
Right. I don't
She's
eat Jolly Ranchers.
She's got a collection. No.
What? Of Jolly Ranchers?
Oh my gosh, now you're spreading false things about me.
No, she doesn't. I'm kidding.
I haven't actually had one in a really long time.
Yeah.
I've never had one.
They're very I never liked, they used to, well, I'm allergic.
Why are we talking about Jolly Ranchers when we're supposed to be
them.
talking about the Jolly Ranchers?
But they would,
I had friends that loved them. Like, I like root beer candies.
Yeah.
But I don't, I get them at the restaurant. I get like one once in a while. I had friends that walked around with their pockets full of Jolly Ranchers. They loved them.
They must not have had any teeth left.
They loved them. And every once in a while I'd have one and be
I
like,
love Bullseye.
They were very sour for me. Yeah.
I like Bullseye's best.
You do. But they have gluten in them.
Yep, can't eat them.
Darn you, Bullseyes.
Why do you have to have gluten?
Yeah, Bullseye.
Okay, so Hook.
For Bullseye, you really missed the mark with that one. Thank you.
Boo.
I'm trying to target conversation onto Hook and Bay.
I'm all a quiver.
Boo. So Hook won't let Bay go now that he knows he's Rumple's son.
Right.
And the Lost Boys come aboard.
Right.
How freakish was that?
Yes.
They're scary. They're quite ominous.
They're not like in the Disney movie or in Hook.
In the Disney movie, they're cute. kids wearing animal skins.
They're like frolicking, playful.
These are like angry Jedi kids. They've got like the Jedi Knight hoods on.
Like ninja.
But they're like angry.
Mm-hmm.
They've gone to the dark side. They're Sith kids. Sith kids! That's what it is.
What is he talking about?
Thank you for not knowing.
Why?
Thank you for not knowing.
What is Sith kids?
It's from Star Wars.
Okay, I don't like it.
Okay, so do you remember what the Lost Boy says to Hook about, do you know what he does to people who lie to him?
Oh my gosh.
Rips their shadow from their body.
I can't imagine that would feel good.
That's terrifying, actually.
Because you don't think of it as something attached to you, but if you're ripped from you, that's gotta hurt.
Now, in the...
He said, does it hurt? And said, yes.
Oh, yeah, it hurts. In the Disney movie of Peter Pan, Peter loses his shadow.
Yes.
In Wendy's room. Now, does that mean then that at some point it was ripped off of him? Or...
No.
Yes.
His shadow got away from him. His shadow was playful and ran away from him.
So... This is just sort of...
This is making it up that it's
making it nice and scary.
Yes.
And creepy. Okay.
Yes.
I bet...
And he didn't rip the shadow from him, or maybe he did, but the shadow is working with Peter.
Oh.
It is, because it's luring people back.
I just wanted to verify.
Yeah?
Oh, I've got a question.
What is it?
I think that his shadow is ripped from his back.
Mm-hmm.
And now he tries to get other people's for his to replace
his. To replace it? Could be.
Because he doesn't want his shadow. Because his shadow's leaving him.
Yeah, well, we'll find out.
Because his is difficult?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So he tells Bae, I didn't kill your mother. He tore her heart out and crushed it in front of me.
Yes. So now he knows, and he keeps saying, your dad was a coward. Yeah. He tells him exactly what went down, and he's not telling it wrong.
Bae isn't impressed with Hook either. He's not letting Hook off the hook. I actually didn't mean to make that pun, but then I realized as it was coming out that it was coming.
Oh, well.
Bae says,
good for you.
You tore apart my family. Take me back to my real family, the Darlings. And Hook says, you can't leave Neverland once you come.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. Once you're there, you can't leave.
Henry's there.
Not yet. Spoiler!
No,
it's fine. Okay. So Hook tries to convince Bae to stay with him, and Bae says no.
Spoiler alert.
And so Hook just said, who does Hook send to come and get him?
Hook set.
Who does he hand him over to?
The Lost Boy.
Yeah. Those scary Sith Lost Boys.
They come up the side of the ship, and they take him.
Yeah. Yep, they put a hood over his head. It's really scary.
Wait, actually, they just bagged him.
Yeah, but it was over his head. That's what that is.
Oh.
What did you think a hood was?
I thought a hood was you put it over your head and you walk around.
Oh, you mean like your winter hood or something?
Yeah, no, that's called hooding him also.
That's a hoodie.
Yeah, putting a
it's a hoodie. It's a hoodie. They're putting a hoodie on it.
No, they actually, you're right. It was
they put a bag over his head.
Yeah.
She's right. Yeah, I think.
It wasn't a hoodie, it was a bag.
Right.
So, we find out at the end, in that world, in Neverland, that Bae was not the one Peter Pan wanted.
This was crazy, because the whole time we're thinking that's what it is. Why was he, and when he was coming to the Darlings and he wanted the boys, it turns out this whole time what he's been searching for is not just any boy.
It's who he's been searching for.
Yeah, he's searching for...
Who is it, Mel?
Henry!
I think you already told us that. Big spoiler!
And we find out at the end also in this scene that Tamara and Greg are working for Peter Pan.
Yes. We also find out that when they find out it's Peter Pan they're dealing with, that they're all a little bit afraid of Peter Pan because Mr. Gold and Regina are like, yikes. Like, he's the worst one of all, Mr. Gold says.
He's worse than Rumple?
Yeah.
Yikes.
So the dark one is afraid of Peter Pan.
But wait.
Okay, so how about the scene when Henry's playing at the park and Granny...
Okay, this was scary.
Wait, let's talk about Granny first, because she cracks me up. What a great babysitter.
Oh, yeah, no, it's so funny. It's like, Henry's on the swing, Granny's watching him with a crossbow.
Right. If we're playing
Granny?
Star Wars, she's Chewbacca, because she's got the crossbow. Thank you.
And what's Mr. Gold doing
Ew.
in this scene?
This
Trying
was
to
scary.
break the ropes, and there's sharp rocks under Henry.
Those sharp rocks were terrifying, and he keeps moving his cane, and every time he'd flick it, another strand of the rope would break. It looked like Henry was going to fly off that those sharp rocks.
Scary.
I did not like that.
Yeah.
I kept thinking he was just imagining that's what he was saying.
He was not imagining.
He wasn't imagining
anything.
it,
He was doing it. He was taking his own sweet time with it. I actually don't think that he was savoring it. I think that he was doing it that way because he was he wasn't sure he was going to go through with it.
Are you thinking he was hoping that something would stop him?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if he really wanted to just kill him, he could have he could have snapped that rope.
Absolutely.
Henry's dead.
Absolutely.
But he seemed to be taking his time, and you could argue that he was savoring the moment.
I don't think so.
Because he definitely feels like I'm his grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he says that throughout.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, he's not as crazy as your grandpa.
What?
So Emma, David, and Snow
My
show
grandpa
up,
doesn't want to kill me.
and they see
Not that you know of.
Thank you.
Emma, David, and Snow show up at the park there, and they see Gold watching Henry,
Yeah.
and they have to tell him about Bay.
Yeah, but they don't act like it's weird. They're just like,
It's a little strange.
yeah, but they
said,
come up and they're like, what are you doing here? And he's
Yeah.
like, I'm watching, spending time with my grandson from a
Right.
distance. But they don't think like, are you trying to break
Are
that
you a
rope?
crazy
Are you going to be
stalker?
killing him?
Yeah.
But yeah, they come up and they have to tell him about Bay.
Yes, getting
dying.
shot.
Right.
Well, they think he's dead.
They think he's dead, and Gold thinks he's dead, and it's terrible.
Yes.
Because think about it. For 2 seasons, really, what has Gold been working towards? Getting Bay.
Mm-hmm.
He finally gets back to him. He's got this weird thing going on with Lacey. Like, everything is like
And Bay hates him.
getting crazy, and Bay hates him. But to lose him,
Mm-hmm.
Right in the middle of
unbelievable.
all of that.
Yeah, and like he was on the road to redemption, and then it stopped. Losing Bay. I mean, how do you come back from that?
Well, and the other thing is, Emma at the same time has to tell Henry
Right.
that his dad died. And once again, he just got him in his life, and they were really enjoying each other.
Yes.
And so that's devastating. And they tell him about the trigger, and they tell Mr. Gold about the trigger, and he says, they didn't kill my son.
Yeah.
I did.
Totally blames himself.
Yeah.
And he says, it's because I made this curse and I brought this magic. I did all this, and that's what killed him.
And then the big jerk won't help him. He says, because he didn't care if he dies.
Once again,
Well,
that
selfish.
goes back to that, it's an ethical viewpoint of, he has this ethics that my actions cannot continue to harm. What I'm doing continues to harm. So I've got to, I don't know what that type of ethics is called, but it is definitely something that he is living by. Now before, wasn't he deontological ethics? Wasn't he the one that was, the sacrifice the one
Deontological.
to help the many?
Yeah.
Wasn't he the one that said that?
Usually.
Yeah. But this time, maybe it is. Maybe it is. I have to not do something here.
He has to sacrifice himself.
Because that is what's better for everyone. Because if I continue with this, it gets worse.
Because he's going to kill everybody.
Right.
I don't know.
So, okay. So then they're doing this, and we find out, this is where we find out that Hook is the one controlling, don't we? No, we don't know who controls him. They keep talking about how there's somebody else controlling him. And we see him down there, and what do? I didn't think this was going to happen.
We see who where. You just jumped.
Tamara and Owen. I'm sorry, I jumped into Tamara and Owen.
Tamara, Greg, they only call him Greg on this one.
Okay, Greg.
Tamara, Greg, and Hook are following a GPS to the trigger place in the mine.
Right.
So is that what you mean? Like they were down there and you didn't specify?
Yes.
So they're down in the mine, and what activated
They keep talking about how somebody's
a jewel that was in Regina's pocket.
Right, but what did they find in the mine that activates the jewel?
Happy's axe.
Yep.
It's funny because what they're
Happy's
doing.
ass.
No, it's funny because what they're doing is trying to make something not happy happen.
Right. And they're using, so it should be unhappy.
So that's called irony.
Yeah.
They should use grumpy.
Exactly.
Right.
Or murdery.
That's a
killery.
He was the 9th dwarf.
Killery Boob. What's your guy from
Yellow Submarine? It's Hillary Boob.
Yeah, I know. But I was saying Killery.
He'd be Killery Boob?
But
Killery Boob.
They actually activated the curse.
Yes.
They did.
I couldn't believe they did it here.
I couldn't.
This was so early.
So early in the episode.
Bam! They activate the curse.
Oh, it was
and then we see like those vines because the whole town is going to go away. The vines start creeping in, and they start like taking over the clock tower, and everything's like shaking. And they say that until that thing is spinning, and basically when it's done,
that thing stops spinning.
Right, when it stops, that's when Storybrooke goes away. So they have a very limited time to deal with this.
And Hook shows up at Snow's apartment, and what does David do?
Socks him in the face. And he says, that's for last time we met.
Right.
Last time he socked him in the face. And he said, sorry. And he made Hook back.
And they realize they can only slow down the curse. They need the beans to go to the enchanted forest so they can all escape.
Right.
And so Hook is going to get him the bean, right?
Right.
And David says, I'll go with him. If he tries anything, I'll shoot him in the face.
Oh,
and then he
gosh.
Says,
it's like the most violent episode.
I know, but he was so funny. And he looks at him and he goes, what? I'm just being clear.
Yeah.
That was my favorite line of the episode, I think. So Mr. Gold goes...
Wait, now, wasn't this also where Regina tells Henry that she loves him?
Probably, but I left that part out.
But it's important because she's...
Well, then you fill it in.
She's basically... Because she's going to go down there into the mine, she says. Or she doesn't say it, but she's saying she loves him because she is going to go and try to deal with this curse. That's where that was.
Okay.
It was all kind of happening at the same time. Right. Okay, so what were you going to say, Mark?
Mr. Gold goes into his shop, and what does he find? What's happening in his shop? Who's looting it?
Oh
yeah, the dwarves.
And what are they trying to do?
Find Happy's mug. Sneezy's.
Yes.
Because the blue... Oh, go ahead.
Well, the Blue Fairy has figured out how to bring people's memories back.
Well, yeah.
So, and since Happy is the one that went... Or no, Sneezy is the one that went across the line and lost his memory, they're like, if he drinks from his mug, that was like his most prized possession. And if you put this enchantment on that, it will bring back their memories. So she has solved how to bring Belle's memory back.
Right.
So when all the dwarves leave... Grumpy stays behind and says, she made 2. And she gives one to Rump.
That was very nice.
Or he gives one to Rump. And he says, bring back Belle's memory. But he doesn't want to do it. Do you know why he doesn't want to do it?
Because he's just waking up and she's dying.
Right. He's like, I don't want to have her wake up and ever get killed. It's ridiculous. So he's trying to save her. But, boy, what would you do, Molly?
Save her?
I would have to save her. I would have to bring... It's so tragic that she died not knowing who she is.
And you don't know that you're not going to be able to turn the curse around again.
Right.
So David and Hook go off to find to go find the beans.
Right.
And they find Greg burning files at the cannon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what do files do? Do they just appear as soon as the person walks in town?
No. Those files were all the things they were writing down about the people in town. Because remember, they were investigating people?
So
now they have to burn them.
To know what they
since
found.
They're going to destroy Storybrooke, they're burning all the evidence.
And David has a gun on Greg, and Tamara shot at him.
Unbelievable.
They get away.
Well, he did sword fight with Emma in his arms, so...
Oh, there's a whole
Oh, yeah.
going on there.
But Tamara and Greg get away.
And Hook has one of the beans.
Hook grabs one of the beans, yeah.
But then David took it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because who trusts Hook? Anyone
I
in this
trust
room
Hook.
trust Hook? Raise your hand. I can't put my hands further down. They're to my toes.
I trust Hook.
No.
I partly trust Hook.
You do. Which part? His
What?
hook part or his...
I don't trust his hook or his left big toe. But otherwise...
I don't trust his hook. I trust the other part.
There you go. His hand.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Yeah, it does. So Regina and Emma go to the trigger. And Regina says slowing the device will require all the strength she has.
Right.
And she can't go with them. She's going to die.
Right, and that's why she told Henry she loved him, because she knew she was going to die.
And Regina says, in the end, it wasn't too late for me to do the right thing.
Right. When she also says, everyone knew me as the evil queen.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me die as Regina.
Right.
Yeah.
So she gets to be a hero.
She got her redemption here.
Yeah.
Now, will she have that going into season 3? We don't know about that.
I think so, maybe.
Well, let's hope so.
How about the scene where Mr. Gold tries to give Lacey the potion?
Yes.
That's cool.
Well, and he fixes Chip.
Well, first she spills it.
Right, but Chip is... Yeah, she spills it, but Chip is the special thing. He knows that that's going to be a special thing. And he fixes Chip.
Oh, no, you forgot. She grabbed, Bay's cloak and wiped up the mess.
Oh, yeah.
He got romantic.
Yeah, he's like, no, not that! That would be something you would do, Martha.
Yeah, he got very mad. Yes, it would be.
It would be something I would do.
Yep.
Wait, what?
So
Lacey
anyway,
did, or what the other guy did?
Cleaning up with the cloak.
So he finally does drink it, and
she does, not he.
She.
Belle's back.
Belle is back. It's awesome, and it was really a sweet scene. He was so genuinely happy to have her.
And this line was so touching.
Yeah,
he says, "I didn't want to wake you up to die, but I needed you."
Yes.
I love that Belle's back. I did not like Lacey.
And he said, Lacey would never scratch this itch I have right here, but you will, Belle. Wasn't that it?
No.
Not
even close.
Okay.
So Emma has to tell Henry now about Regina.
Right.
So now they've lost. He's lost his dad and his mom.
About Bay. Now I'm going to tell you about Regina.
Other mom.
Well, his mom that he knew for 10 years. The only mom he knew for 10 years.
Right.
He says they could send the trigger into a portal like they did the Wraith. And he's right, and everybody agrees. It's like, leave it to Henry to figure out the way out, because he is such a smart kid.
He's always got the book, and he's always thinking about this, and he's got it figured out.
And they said, we could take the easy way or we could take the hard way. Let's take the hard path, because if we don't, we'll be building a future on Regina's blood.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to go and see if they can make this happen.
Right. So they go down into the mine, and they're trying to figure out what to do. And Regina's like, you have to leave. Yes. Right? And it's Emma that figures out you're not strong enough, but remember, Emma had magic.
Yeah.
So
no, but you skipped a whole... You skipped a lot.
I thought this was where...
Well, here's the deal. Hook... There's
so much in this episode. I'm not surprised I skipped
Hook
things.
says no. He doesn't want a portal. He doesn't want to do this.
Well, Hook can get on his ship and get out of there.
But they say you can join us or you can be alone. But at this moment, he also finds out that Bay is Henry's father. And he did not know that.
Yeah.
And he's got quite the connection
that is important.
to Bay, and that's very important. Then, Hook comes back with the last scene.
Oh no!
I just jumped.
So you just jumped?
I went to my last page. I'm sorry.
I'm related to Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah.
Yes. But they're going to open a portal, but Hook tricked them.
Right.
And do you remember what he did?
He took the bean left.
And he started to sail away.
Come sail away.
I knew you were going to sing that.
Come sail away with the bean, Hook.
Yeah. Wow, your cover band's going to be awesome.
It's so awesome. It's the Ever After cover band.
Oh, yeah.
Once Upon a Time cover band. So Emma gets down to Regina in the mine. And she says... Get down to it.
Okay. Cover band can be shut down for the evening.
She says, you may not be strong enough to stop this.
Yeah.
But maybe we are.
Right. And this is where Emma goes up.
Because
she's got magic, and she does it.
And what happened?
She and Regina.
It stopped.
Yeah.
Yes, they stop it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what Mom thought. Regina was just gonna leave her. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I
Bye.
can see her just walking away. Yeah, all right. You take the front.
Oh, that'd be a real feel good.
All right. What the heck? Where's Henry?
And Henry's gone. They're like, "Yay, we did it! Where's Henry?"
Oh my
gosh! What happened?
They already congratulate him, and they look. He's not there.
Because Tamara and Greg took him.
They took him today, not tomorrow.
They came to destroy magic, but then
Greg, not Tamara.
Then they found Henry. And they opened the portal, and they all jumped in.
Yes. Well, it's Tamara and Neil opened the portal,
and
they jump in with
Tamara
Henry.
and Henry all jumped in. Emma, David, Snow, and Regina.
Wait, Dad, did you just call him Neil?
Who did I call him?
Greg.
No.
His name is Greg.
Greg.
Yeah, you called
him. I called him Neil. All right.
Emma, David, Snow, and Regina couldn't save him in time, and he's lost.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Henry. And of course, Henry's
now that's going to be the cliffhanger.
Because he's on an adventure. But
that's the cliffhanger. Henry is missing.
Well, and we know who has him.
Yeah, we do.
And they're going to go sail there.
Well, Hook comes back with the last bean. He finally did the right thing.
Yes.
He came back.
That's why I trust him.
That's because he was hooked on a feeling.
Wow.
A feeling to do something good.
I'm hooked on a feeling.
So Hook is going to follow with his ship.
Yes.
Rumple is going to track Henry.
Yes.
And
so they're working together. It's like the Ghostbusters.
It's fantastic. And Belle has to stay back to put a...
Yeah, it's like that.
Belle has to stay back to put a cloaking spell on the town to protect it.
Yes.
And so that was so sad because Rumple and Belle had to say goodbye to each other, and they may not ever see each other again.
He has to say, "I don't think I'm coming back."
He doesn't know if he'll ever be able to get back and come and get her. And she says, Balefire would be very proud of you.
Yes.
Such a feel-good moment there. And Prince Philip and Aurora found Bay, and he's alive.
So Bay is in the Enchanted Forest.
And he's alive.
Yes, he's alive.
Now, it would be nice if Belle ended up in the Enchanted Forest with Bay, and then...
Why would Belle end up in the Enchanted Forest?
Because she needs to get out of Storybrooke at some point.
But she's staying there, and she's... What?
I am trying to get Belle closer to Rumple. It made no sense.
Storybrooke,
okay, so
I want her to be with Bay.
So Bay is
in the Make No Sense podcast.
Right. Bay needs a mommy.
Yes.
What?
And Belle could be his mommy.
Yes.
Until Rumple gets there.
And then she'll do that weird "I love you to forever" thing, and she'll go in and rock him in the middle of the night, and it'd be weird.
So Rumpelstiltskin says to Hook, second favorite line of the episode, "So, are you done trying to kill me?" And Hook says, "I think so." And Rumple says, "Then you can live."
Yeah.
And we find out Henry's in Neverland.
Yeah, so we find out Henry's in
Tamara
Neverland, Bay is in the Enchanted Forest, and they're on the water on the Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
Jolly Roger.
There we go.
The Jolly Rancher.
And there ends another
Are they sitting on a
season.
huge Jolly Rancher?
They are. They're riding a big green apple Jolly Rancher. That's what they're doing.
Da, da, da. No,
So that's
And we're so excited because Hulu has season 3.
Yeah!
Jump
Moving into season 3.
And get to finish season 3 before season 4.
Group high 5!
Group high 5.
We get to go to Arboretum, which is like this, which is like our podcast because it's Scott Wonderland.
Oh, we get to go, Alice in Wonderland Garden.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Going to Wonderland!
Yeah.
This has been Ever After, the Once Upon a Time podcast. You can find past episodes of this and all of our shows, including Ever After Wonderland, which you should be listening to when we start doing season 3, at our website, which is
www.southgatemediagroup.com.
You can find us on all the different social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest,
Instagram.
We're even on Google Plus, but I don't think anyone goes to that. We just got a new YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
So what you look up is Southgate Media Group, or for some of these, just type in Ever After the Once Upon a Time podcast, and we should pop up. But one way or another will pop up on there, and you'll find us, and great. You can join in on the conversation. You can also send us an email at our email address, which is southgatemediagroup@gmail.com. Find us on iTunes. Find us on TuneIn Radio. We're on Stitcher. If you've got any of those apps, please find us, rate us, review us. It helps other people find this show. That's one comment we've gotten is people saying, I wish more people listened. I wish there was more activity around it because we love the show. You know what? So do we. Tell people about this one, and it's going to help build that fan base. It'll be really cool. Molly needs fans. How's that?
I don't get it.
All right, that's it, everybody.
I need fans. Yeah,
are you warm?
She's warm. That's why I was saying it. All right, that's it. Now let's end this the way every great fairy tale ends.
Happily ever after.
The end. If you would like to donate to help pay for this and other Southgate Media Group podcasts, simply go to our website, southgatemediagroup.com, and click on the donate button. It can be as little as $1 or, well, as much as you want. Help keep this fun going by supporting this and our other shows. Thanks again for listening, everyone. You're the best fans in the world.